So we're doing some talking about the Lightfighters Anonymous Texas FTX is coming up here for September 2025, and from there, I'm just going to show some ideas, throw some ideas at people, which you do not have to. This is not a packing list. This is not mandatory. This is just kind of a question of, hey, what are people bringing? And this is me sharing just some of what I'm bringing. Or throw some ideas at you. So what I will be bringing, because it is a basic rifle with a red dot sight that has night vision ability, and some other things you could think about are, is it vitally important for you to bring one type of rifle or another, or, some sort of fancy LPVO or whatever setups? Honestly, since we're shooting blanks, running something with irons would be just fine and dandy. I took the white light out of that one to show you that, like, hey, it's not going to be a great idea, in my opinion, to be bringing white light because you can have negligent discharges of the white light when you're working at night. This one right here has a extremely low power IR laser for use with night vision. And this setup is very much a life support weapon or ARRPK type setup. Otherwise, that's a rifle, and that's just a plain rifle. And I'm going to show here kind of two basic loadouts, two big themes, sort of a rifleman theme and a leadership theme. So then from here, I'm going to be bringing a helmet. You can do whatever you want. So this is a ACH helmet. It has the cat eyes on the back. I'll be running a bandana underneath there for sweat management. Something you can do for cat eyes if you don't want to get the glow-in-the-dark tape or other permanent solutions. These are glow-in-the-dark beads. These are safety pins, and you can put those anywhere you want. And I recommend always putting two on your gear, either on the back of a helmet or hat, or some people will put them across the shoulder blades or across the lower back and butt area. It's up to you. So then, coming over, that is a PLCE rig. It's got the double mag pouches and then 3 pouches on the back. It is running a inner belt in there, and then also, I'm not going to show it, but all the pouches are cinched down. I have a tourniquet here, there. I have a Leatherman there. That Leatherman is dummy corded to everything. If you're running more of a rifleman style, I might recommend you run up to 12 or 13 mags. I think our minimum is probably 7. For a leadership role, definitely I think 7 is in the right neighborhood. If you're running something like a ARPK light support weapon, then you may want to consider plussing that up to 20 or more mags. So then in this pouch, I have night vision. I have a very minimal first aid supply. So I've got the tourniquet. I've got a basic, olays and shears. If this was some sort of we're actually walking out into the zombie apocalypse, I'd probably carry more. This is spare socks and actually a wool buff as well in a dry bag, and then cleaning kit. In this pouch over here, I have canteen cup, electrolytes, eye drops, Aleve, salt, batteries, Tylenol, allergy meds, lens wipes, caffeinated gum. There's more batteries. That is 800 calories of Millennium bars. That is a Pepto chewable. I absolutely love the Pepto chewables. Imodium is also good. Pepto does more. And then poop wipes and a headlamp and zip ties. In this pouch over here, I have a canteen with water purification tablets attached. This canteen also has water purification tablets attached. This is a British military milbank bag, coffee, small trowel, and that's 18 foot of paracord. You may need more or less. For the pack, my plan is to just run that Condor hydration carrier. Um, so those 2 cans are going to be, or canteens are 2 liters total. That's going to be 3 liters total, or 100 ounces, somewhere in that neighborhood, plus 4 half-liter bottles, and that would get you up to 7 liters total. And that's going to also put you in a position to be able to use those on your own, or possibly hand out some to people who might need it. Gives you options. More poop wipes. That is for Slim Jim Savage meat sticks, and then 2 Millennium bars. And that is 2,400 calories, if I did my math right, total. And then the 2 other Millennium bars get you up to, I'm going to do math on screen, 3,200 calories total. Small first aid kit, boo-boo kit. I got to take that out of the package, but that's waterproof tape, blister tape, and then a sewing kit for field repair. That's just Rhino arm for the night vision for the helmet. So for wet weather gear, that is a Gore-Tex jacket. That is a tarp. Depending on what the weather looks like, I may have to plus things up, or if the weather looks really good, promises to be fantastic, then I will actually reduce that. I may skip both of those. But that's also sort of my sleep gear. So then also for sleep gear, I have a single cut down pad that is just, what is it, 4 panels wide, so greatly reduced in size and all that. A second set of insoles. This will be empty, but if we need to collect water locally, then I can put water in there. Also have tools for, like I said, filtering water and purifying water. The Milbank bag doesn't filter it to a safe level. And just get some crud out. Especially if you were looking at a rifleman roll, there's an e-tool and some sandbags. That is something to consider. That's not something that it is absolutely necessary to be bringing, but that's just something to be thinking about. You'll want to probably hook up with your team leaders and get ideas from them. For a leadership role, definitely delete the e-tool and sandbags. Okay, so then we start to shift over for pants. What's going on over here? So of course, boots, socks, knee pads. I think knee pads are incredibly important. These are the Arc'teryx. I think you absolutely want to be running something like that or better. Pocket knife, that'll be dummy corded to the pants. Caffeinated gum, fire starter, hand sanitizer, bandana, lighter, and tape. That's electrical tape for taping things down, which I need to tape down my PLC stuff. I've been playing with adjustments and things, and I think I have it dialed in. Then we have mosquito head net and gloves. Speaking of the PLCE, something to consider is a USGI butt pack can go and sit on top of the rear of the pouches, and that will fight with something like a hydration carrier. But if you're not carrying something like that and you want to run plus up your carrying capacity, you can loop that into these straps on a PLCE and run that. And if it's a little loose for you, then you can get some bungees and cinch everything down. Okay, so then we shift over to the top. This is a sniper veil, head covering, cat crap for lens management, lens wipes for wiping down a map. So notebook, camel cream, more caffeinated gum. You'll see a certain theme there. Signal mirror, whistle. Whistle, I think, is much more important if you're in a leadership position, less important if you're in a rifleman position. You got a compass. Again, compass is going to be much more, I think, for a leadership thing, less important for a rifleman. Watch. We talked about safety glasses. Those lenses are safety rated, but we at least just need something in the glasses department. So then, especially if you're looking at that leadership role, I've talked about a compass, talked about a whistle, and then we've got other things here like a radio, 2 different VS17 options, smokes, light sticks, range cards. That is a range finder, which may or may not be necessary, but at least it's got a little bit of magnification and a range finding ability. So protractor, map pens, and what is missing from this is an actual map of the area, which I am not going to be displaying. So that is a really fast rundown on everything, just ideas and considerations. And this is, again, not the recommended or the, let me say it different. This is not the mandatory packing list. This is just a representation of what I'm bringing and where I would separate maybe a rifleman role from a leadership role. Let me know if you have questions. Y'all have a great day.